Okay. Are we live yet? Okay, we are live. Hello, Facebook. Hello, YouTube. Hello, LinkedIn. Hello, Instagram. Hello, world. How are you? I hope you all are doing well. Happy Sunday to you. Now, I'm so excited to be coming live today. It's Sunday, and I just came for a run, so I'm feeling pretty good, pretty excellent, and wonderful. And this video is going to be all about self care, why it's so revolutionary, and why we struggle with it so much. So, before we dive on in, I just want to say a special happy Pride Month, happy belated Juneteenth, happy belated Father's Day to all the fathers out there. I love dads. I really do. I have an excellent relationship with my dad, and I'm biased. I love dads. I also love moms as well. I love all parents because parents work hard. Okay, so I love all of you. But just want to say a special shout out since I was off last week. Last week I was taking some self care, and I was just focusing on really showing my dad and my husband and my father-in-law and all the other amazing fathers in my life some love. So that's why I skipped last week. And because I was giving myself self-care, we're going to talk about why that's so critical in this video today. And one more thing I'm really proud and excited to announce is that today I'm going to be speaking at an event. I'm going to be doing a 2-hour presentation on why self-care is so revolutionary. And this video is going to help inform that. So why is self-care revolutionary? Why is this a big deal? Why is this a huge topic? Self-care is critical, but it's the number one thing. Well, top 3 things that people that I coach struggle with. Now, if you are just seeing my video for the first time, I'm Coach Ayana, and I've personally coached hundreds of people to help them, work on their self-talk, work on their inner voice, have a better mindset, and really be able to go after their goals and dreams. And I have, spoken for thousands, and my social media, etc., has reached thousands of people at this point, which I'm really grateful for. But this is one of the major things that I hear why people come to me is because they don't have enough balance, they don't have enough self-care, they don't have enough time for themselves. They're not doing enough things that rejuvenate their spirit and their soul. And now we're going to talk about why is that such a big challenge. Well, so first, before we dive into that and we kind of uncover these secrets together and uncover why it is we have a hard time with this. First thing, let's kind of define self-care. So self-care is about giving back to yourself. It's about taking breaks. It's about doing things that you need that make you feel happy and good and positive so you can keep going. Okay, and we as human beings, we all need breaks. And I discovered, I was a teacher when I went through a massive amount of stress. I was in my first couple years as a teacher, so I was working so many hours. I was going to grad school for my certification and master's. I was taking care of my mom. I had to commute all the way to I was doing like an hour, 2 hours or 3 hour commute every day. It was a crazy time. And I was also an activist and a community organizer. And I wound up in the hospital with stress-related illnesses. And so it was that time in my life that taught me a lot of valuable lessons about overdoing and about not taking enough breaks. And so many of us struggle with that. So many of us have these issues. So that's why it's critical to take care of ourselves. And when we talk about the different challenges, now depending on where you are in the world when you're watching this video, I'm going to give the US context for why we have so many challenges with this. But in our society and culture can really help our self-care or really put it in the toilet. And one of the hardest things that we have in the United States is we have a lot of struggles with mental health right now. We have huge numbers of people saying that they're dealing with depression and anxiety, and I also dealt with both. And part of the reason why that is a lot of us are running around all over the place. If you zoom out and kind of look at our society, a lot of us, many people in the US since the 1970s have felt like they were not able to cover their basic expenses. And there's a lot of political reasons for that. Okay, so one of the things that a lot of researchers talk about is the fact that income since the 1970s has gone up, but not enough to meet expenses. Expenses have gone up way up like this much to this percentage, but income has only gone up by this much. So a lot of people are feeling the pressure. Most people that I know have more than one income source or more than one income stream going on or need to in order to make ends meet. So you either need 2 people in the home, 2 jobs, 3 sources of income, 4. It's crazy. People have one main job and a gig job that they're doing, DoorDash, etc. So it's a lot and it's overwhelming. You also have people who are trying to go back to school so they can get a different, get like a tech certification or that kind of thing while they're also trying to work and take care of a family. It's overwhelming and it makes people feel stressed out. Not to mention all of the political things we have going on in this country, right? There's racism and oppression and homophobia and it's just, things are at a fever pitch of crazy in this country. And no matter where you are in the world, you have your own issues as well too, and that can cause stress. So it causes a lot of stress and pressure. And then internally, a lot of us were raised with high expectations, right? High expectations that make us feel like we have to do things perfectly in order for us to be good enough, in order for us to matter, in order for us to be valuable. And all of that is horrible and hard and difficult and overwhelming. And it can make us feel trapped in a cycle of just continuously adding to our to-do list even though we're tapped. A lot of us, we have it's very common to work at a company or to have a business and where you have a lot on your plate. Most of us know what that feels like, to have so much on our plate where we're working past our normal workday, where we are working overtime constantly. And even a lot of us feel like we have to do that. Sometimes there's the pressure of trying to get that income, which is different, but then there's also that internal pressure that comes from within that a lot of us were raised with. A perfectionism that keeps us adding things to our to-do list and plate and not stopping until we get everything checked off our to-do list. And that is not sustainable. That is a recipe for burnout, and it's a recipe for mental health problems and issues. So all of these things are, if these are things that you struggled with, these are things that I struggled with as well too. I coach around these things, and I also have courses on Udemy right now that also teach around these things as well. So if you want to check those out, just check out the link in my description so you can check out some of these different tools and resources that I have available to you and how to schedule a call with me if you'd like. But these are some of the things that we deal with. And let me look at my notes to see what the next thing is. I'm forgetting what the order was. Okay. Oh, yeah. So this is why self-care is so revolutionary. It's revolutionary because it is essential for everything. It is essential for our mental health. Being able to start your work on time, being able to stop on time, taking a lunch break, which so many of us don't do, by the way, when we are contractually obligated or contractually given one. Take your lunch, please start getting into taking your lunch breaks. So because of that internal pressure we put on ourselves to get it all done right now. Now, every now and then you have to work through it, right? Every now and then, we all know what that's like. Every now and then you have a deadline, but most times we don't have to, and we put pressure on ourselves. So it's going to be about the ways to kind of combat this and make sure that we have self-care in our lives is, to have self-compassion, to be kinder to ourselves, to be nicer to ourselves, to be more forgiving when we make mistakes. If you notice, I said when, not if. Okay, because we as human beings, we make mistakes all the time. It's part of how we learn and grow. We're not wired to be perfect, and life would be boring if we were. We wouldn't learn anything ever. That's how we learn new things, is by making mistakes. But it's critical to be forgiving to ourselves so that we can get further, right? One of the things that we actually don't realize is when we are hard on ourselves, it makes us not want to pursue anything. It makes us want to stop in our tracks. So self-care is revolutionary for this reason, because it makes us hang in there so we can stay productive. It actually helps us and benefits us with our goals. It stops us from having burnout. And self-compassion is a huge part of that. And again, I have a course that is all about self-compassion. So if you don't know how to do that, go check that out. Also, taking breaks daily. Taking breaks daily is so critically important, is another way that you can do that. Planning with intention. Plan your schedule with breaks built in. Plan for those things that are most important for you. So for me, family time is very important in my schedule. So how am I going to make sure that I include those things in that I look at my week? On Sundays, I like to look at my week and see, where am I going to get that family time in? And then I try to plan around with the work. Okay, so I'm trying to be intentional. I'm trying to make sure, and I plan those things that are most important to me first. Where are my breaks? Where are my exercise times going to come in? Where's my meal planning coming in? Okay, now there are certain things that are set in my work schedule that I can't move. And then around all of that, where are these things that are most important to me going to come from? And then be present. Another really powerful tip. Sometimes we'll be on break. We finally will have a break, but we're so focused on our task list and the things that we haven't gotten done yet that it defeats the whole purpose of having a break. Or when we're with our families or friends, we can get caught up thinking about the things we haven't done yet. So really try to force yourself to be in that moment so you can actually enjoy your time off. And you will feel so much happier. And no matter what type of work it is that you do, even if it's not as fulfilling, even if it's not where you want to be yet, this will help you get through those days because you will be able to be intentional in your breaks. You will be able to just focus on your lunch break, be able to just really relax and enjoy yourself. You'll feel rejuvenated for the rest of your afternoon, or at least for a couple of hours anyway. And when you're off work, you'll be done. Just be off. When you're with your family, be just with your family. Just breathe and allow yourself to say, hey, I don't need to focus on that right now. Let me write down the things I need to do. And when it's time for me to get back to work, I will. But right now, I'm just going to be in this moment with the people that I care about and love. Okay, so these are some tips. And I am also going to be doing my Self-Care is Revolutionary course on Udemy, so watch out for that. But here are the things I just want to say. If any of these things are challenges or struggles for you, I'm here. Hit me up. I'd love to connect with you around a call. Okay, I got your back. But the most important thing is you deserve this. This is revolutionary for your happiness. It's revolutionary for your mental health. And it's revolutionary for your productivity and goal accomplishment. So really it's a win. I don't know how many positive things I just said, but win, 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 win. Okay. You got this, everyone. Have an amazing week. You deserve it.